Today we are going to review how to graph linear equations. In order to graph linear equations, we are going to make sure that it's in the y equals mx plus b form. So when it's in that form, we know that m is our slope, and b is our y-intercept. So when we look at slope, we think about rise over run. When we think about y-intercept, we think about where it's located on the y-axis. So number 2, it says purpose. When an equation of a line is written in slope-intercept form, you can easily find the slope and the y-intercept of the line. Then you can graph the line using this information. So number 3, the slope and y-intercept, we just need to identify those. Y equals 2x minus 4. So our slope here is 2, so we're going to write m equals 2. But with slope, you need to have a denominator of 2. So we're going to actually put it over 1. There's an invisible 1 there. We're going to put 2 over 1. And then on this one, the b is the negative 1. So b equals, not negative 1, sorry, negative 4. In the next one, we have negative 2 over 5x. So our slope is negative 2 over 5. It already has a denominator for us. And then our y-intercept, if there's nothing there, it's a 0. So when we think about slope, we think about rise over run. So if I have a slope of negative 2 over 5, that means negative 2 means I'm going to go down 2. In the denominator, we're always going to go right. So these equations tell us the direction that the line goes, where you start and then how you do your rise and run. So on this one, 2, a positive 2 would mean up 2, 2 up, and 1 right. You can always check these in the calculator. You can put it into y equals and graph. So we have some steps up here on how to graph. So number 1 says plot the y-intercept, also called p. Because remember, we refer to y equals mx plus b when we graph it. If it's not in y equals mx plus b, you need to make it to say y equals mx plus b. You first plot your b, which is your y-intercept. Second, you will start at the y-intercept. So you'll put your pencil on the y-intercept and use the slope to count up or down. The number of spaces indicated by the rise. Rise is our numerator on the fraction. Then we're going to count right. The number of spaces indicated by the run. And plot a second point. You can plot more points using the method described in step 2. You can also do the opposite direction. So if it's up and right, you could go down and left to get more coordinates. So I'm going to show you all examples of that. Then you'll connect all the points to form a line. Linear makes a line. So we'll use this example, use the y equals 3x minus 5 to write the equation. We're going to do it on paper for now. This was digital. That's why it says use the draw tool. You will have to do this online for your STAR test. So we're also going to do some Delta Math next week. So let's look on this one. Let's identify the slope. It's 3, but we have to rise and run, so it's going to be 3 over 1. And our y-intercept is -5. So remember, your slope is your mx. So it's just the 3 over the 1. So what our instructions say for number 1 says plot the y-intercept. So it doesn't even have a y-axis labeled. So go ahead and label the y-axis. It's the vertical axis. And then this is our x-axis. So we're going to plot our y-intercept at -5. So go down to -5. Plot a point. That's our y-intercept. And then our slope is 3 over 1. Put m equals 3 over 1. That means we're going to go up 3, right 1, because this is positive. You want to regraph it, just make sure you think back to slope, dude. Positive, negative, 0, and undefined. Okay, so we start here. Now we're going to count. So I always put my pencil on the y-axis, and then I go up 1, 2, 3, right 1. Plot a point. Do it again. Up 1, 2, 3, right 1. Another point. We're going to keep on going, and it should form all these points in a line. Then we'll connect it with the ruler. 1, 2, 3, right 1. So I want you to put as many points as you can on the graph until you run out of room. And then line your ruler up. Line it up. Make sure it's not over the line. Make sure it's the line, and then you have dots. And we are going to hold the ruler down really tightly. Put your pencil right up next to the ruler and graph your line. And this goes on and on forever, so we're going to put arrows on the ends. We're also going to use our calculator to look at the line. So get out your calculator. If you don't already have it out, get it out. In your calculator, you're going to go to y equals and type the equation in, and then hit graph. And graph is going to give you the same thing that we got here. That way you can double check and make sure you did it right. So we'll go to y equals, clear out whatever's in there. If ever your calculator just stops working, you need to hit second plus 712. Okay. So it's a 3x minus 5. Then hit graph, and it should extend just like the calculator. It should be matching. If it's not matching, you just throw on. You can always hit trace, and it'll go directly to the y-intercept, which is where we started, right? -5. Trace is right next to graph. So let's go to the inside of our notes. And what we're going to do on each one of these is write down what the M and the B are, and then graph them. I like to write down B first because that's the first one I'm going to plot. So remember, it's MX plus B. So my B is -2. My slope is 7 over 2. This is my y-intercept. I'm going to start on my graph at -2, y-axis, -2. Then we're going to rise, so we're going to go up 7, right 2. If you need to write the directions on here, you can. So I'm going to count. Start here, my pencil here, and we're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, over 1, 2. That puts me at 2, 5. Make sure you have the right location for that. Those are the only 2 points I can plot on this one. That's as big as the graph is. So get your ruler, connect the dots, make your line. And we can put this in too. So go back to y equals. Let's put this equation in. 7 over 2x minus 2. I want y'all to practice putting this into y equals. So you can put it as 7/2x minus 2. Or you can use the update. Remember the alpha y equals? Push enter. And then you actually have your fraction. These are the same exact things, but I'm just showing you the 2 different ways that you can put it in. One has the update, the 7 over 2. The other one is just 7/2. Put it in, hit graph. I want you to check and make sure it's the same. Practice this right now. All right, looks the same. All right, let's go to the next one. Let's identify the B and the M. That means I'm going to go down 6, right 1. Start on 3, go down 6, right. Make sure you follow the steps. We're going to start here at the y-intercept. So our y-axis go to 3. Then you're going to count 6 down, right 1. Those are the only points I can put. Connect your dots. Go down. Always go down or up, and always go right. Because if you go down and left, that's going to make it positive. And we know right here it's a negative slope, so it should be going downhill. Nice negative. So as long as you can think back to slope, dude, and know whether it's positive, negative, then you can ensure that it's right. You can also put it in. So go to y equals, push clear, put it in. Put it in. Mhm. Just like this. Negative 6x plus 3. Clear out your memory. Hit second plus 712. Mm-hmm. If your calculator ever gives you an error, clear out your memory and try again. Clear out your memory and try again. All right, so then when we hit graph, it should look the same. Compare what you got on your calculator to here. Make sure you did it right. All right, the next one is supposed to be y equals mx plus b. We only have a b. B is at -5, so then our slope is 0. If there is no x, our slope is 0. So it's going to be 0, 1, meaning it's flat. Okay, so we're going to start at our y-intercept same way as we did earlier. So put in -5 on the y-axis. And then slope is 0. Remember Hoy? Hoy means horizontal line, 0 slope, y equals a number. So you're just going to draw horizontal line. Right, and there's no y equals. Let's go to the next one. If we don't have a b, this is just mx plus b. B is 0. It's at the origin. M is 6/5. So you'll plot a point at the origin. It needs its y-intercept, so you got to plot it. And then 6/5 means up 6, right 5. Make sure you count. 6 up, 5 right. We want another point that's in a line. So what you can do is you can do the complete opposite. So we could say down 6, left 5. We want to be in a line. We want another point. So see how it's up 6, right 5? Do the opposite. So you have more points. So you go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We couldn't do it on the other one. There wasn't enough room. So anytime we have enough room on our graph that we can do it, we're going to do it. But all you haven't had that space. Yes, you have to. I want you to put all the points that you can on that graph. That way you can make it a straight line. We're about to, then you could keep on doing up one, over one, up one, over one. Okay, the next one, the B is at 2. Plot your point at 2. The slope is -1/4. So we're going to go down 1, it's negative, right 4. Down 1, right 1, 2. Yeah, that's going downhill. What we can do, go back to your y-intercept, and we're going to do the opposite. Instead of saying down, we're going to go up and left. We're doing the complete opposite so we can get another line, another point. Up 1, over 1, 2, 3, 4. If I went that way, that would be wrong because I want something that's going to follow that same pattern. Down 4, right. Down 1, right 4. So this would also be down 1, right 4, down 1. It's like a stair step. I'm going to follow that same stair step. Okay, go ahead and make that line. Just rewrite it. Just rewrite this. Okay. All right, let's go to the last one. This is not in y equals mx plus b. So if it's not even in mx plus b, it's just x equals a number. This is Vux. Remember Hoy and Vux from last week that we wrote down? So whenever we have it like this, it's going to be a vertical line, undefined slope, x equals a number. So what we're going to plot, this is our x-intercept. We go to our x-axis, we plot a point at 2. It's not even going to cross the y-axis because it doesn't have a y-intercept. It's not y equals mx plus b. So it's actually going to be straight up and down, vertical line on x equals 2. So hoy is a horizontal line when your slope is 0. Buck is an undefined slope, a vertical line. We're going to glue this in the next page.